Hey guys, welcome back to Sid Meier's Civilization 6 Frontier Pass DLC as Kublai Khan of China. As of this recording, it is Wednesday, February the 24th, 2021, which means tomorrow when the new DLC for the Barbarians is released, they will probably fix our little snafu bug involving the hero relics. So what we're going to try to do, we have now gotten cartography. So that means that we can sail across the map and try to locate other civs, particularly the one that has the other hero relic, and try to buy it from him so that we can continue with our culture victory. And as you can see, we are the culture leader. And with that additional relic and potentially some additional relics that we'll add from other heroes will launch us forward in this very early victory. Of course, we could have done it sooner if we just put all of our effort into it. As you can see, La Rochelle is right next to us. We might even get, let's see, we could probably get Amani in there for some loyalty. We'll have to convert this city with our religion, which we will do. Let me go ahead and do that now. Not with that unit, but with a new one. Matter of fact, we'll go ahead and get an apostle and just kind of spread our religion around. So as of now, I want to thank all of you guys for your continued support, the likes, the shares, the comment. And of course, if you know someone who enjoys playing a turn-based strategy like Civilization 6, by all means, let them know. Share that with them. Share it with them. Okay, she still doesn't want to be friends. And, or she did. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at some alliances and see who we could align with. We could pick just about anybody for science. We'll go ahead and pick Catherine for science. So it is great to have you guys along. And I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do to get a rather early victory while this particular snafu bug is still in existence. And let's see, culture-wise, we could probably go with Korea. Are we friends with Korea? I don't think we are. We are not. So we'll just go ahead and go with Frederick. We just want to go ahead and basically what we're doing here is just kind of opening up our borders so that we can get that extra tourism. Okay. So he doesn't want to pay, but that's okay. And we'll just do whatever. Wilhelmina, we are now friends with her. We'll just go ahead and just pick economic just to see. She is out of everything. Okay, we'll go ahead and go with it. And then, of course, we'll see who we run into on the other side. That is on the other continent. All right, guys, of course, as I have mentioned, I will bring you guys back in when we've discovered and or have done a little bit more progress in this game. We managed to get the galley over to the next continent where we met Suleiman and Gandhi. It was Gandhi who had the additional relic. So I went ahead and made the purchase, so that gives us 4 total right now. He basically wanted, well, what I gave him was citrus, wine, and horses as well as iron. And it ended up being like he wanted 67 flat gold and 38 gold per turn, which wasn't too terrible. We were making over 100 gold per turn. Of course, we'll have to work on that now because now we're down to 3.4 gold per turn. And our additional hero that we have over here, Anasi, is about to die, so we'll get yet another relic. And over here, I am making Mulan, and up here we are making Hippolyta. And we're just doing some barbarian cleanup over here, but we do have our units over here on the new continent. We're about to get the scout over here to check out who this particular person is. And I think it's more of Suleiman. So let's go ahead and get open borders with Gandhi. That will help with our tourism. I just didn't want to spend too much money. See, he wants 1 gold per turn and 18 flat, which is okay, but we're starting to run low. But we do need open borders. And, of course, we do have open borders with everyone that we have alliances with. And we have open, I think I got open borders with Suleiman. Yeah. So I'd already done that. And Korea. Yeah, we need to get open borders with Korea real quick. Let's see. So we can start getting that tourism. She wants 10 flat, which is fine. That's not a big deal. Makes things easier for us. So we are moving right along, and we'll see how things progress. So after exploring the other continent, we were able to circumnavigate the globe as well as find some additional natural wonders. So we are now in a heroic age, which should help us out a lot. Now, what's challenging us right now is that Beijing is constantly getting dust storms and sandstorms and droughts. The other thing that's kind of got us at a disadvantage is that our cities aren't really well placed enough to put down some of the wonders that we may want for a tourism victory. Also, we could probably use another 2 to 3 cities. And as you can see here, Paris. France put down yet another city. I have yet to put down a city here. I kind of entertained it, might still do that. We did actually lose our quadrime, unfortunately. Our little galley here, who's got like 0.5 health, was able to make it halfway across the globe without getting killed, so that was kind of funny and impressive. We are working our way towards economics so that we can get our corporation. This will give us some additional bonuses on our spot. So we are still trying to climb along here. I've got a diplomatic quarter that I'm going to make, which should help us along with our progression in tourism. And of course, I'm putting down as many theater squares, amphitheaters, and such that I can put down so we can start just generating more of that tourism. And as you can see here, we are doing quite well. We're 42 of 171. It's definitely putting us in the climb of tourism. It's still kind of fairly early in the game to get an early victory like this, but like I said, by tomorrow, which as of this recording, it is Wednesday, February the 24th, 2021, and tomorrow, of course, will be the DLC for the newest barbarians that we will be getting. So that should be kind of neat to see that. So we have a choice of several things. We'll go ahead and get the Heartbeat of Steam. We'll go ahead and get Reform the Coinage and probably just get the Hick Sunt to go along with our choices. I was trying to decide. I don't think we really don't want to go to war. I just don't think it would be very advantageous to do that. It would just slow everything down. And so as you can see, we've been exploring pretty much the entire continent now, which is what I like to do around this game time to get those additional era scores. And I think I will kind of put down some cities, but like I said, we kept getting hit with droughts over here. And when we get those droughts and we get those sandstorms, the city goes to like 184 turns until growth. And that's why we're at 8. So that's why this builder is here. I had to repair this entire series of tiles because they were all destroyed by the drought and the sandstorm. So they kind of came at the same time. And I had to move our great merchant out of the way, so we're just waiting for economics there, and then we can release him. We cleaned up a barbarian camp over here. We could actually put down a city over here and grab some of because we get the bonuses for faith. And it probably wouldn't hurt to do cities, but the thing is, I'm really trying to pump out things that are going to help us with our tourism so we can work towards that culture victory. So things are coming along quite nicely. We are at 58 of 184. We're continuing to work on our culture. And we had a little city over here that Korea tried to put down and ended up flipping to us. I just made a apostle. I'm going to send them over and flip these 2 cities to our religion. But as I said, we either get droughts that are going on right now. As you can see here, it is constantly dominating our little city. So the next time we can upgrade our governor, we're going to have to get, what is her, see, we're going to have to try to get to, what is this, reinforced materials, because this is killing us so badly right here. This is going on constantly, these storms, and it's also affecting a little bit of Shanghai. But I just want to bring you guys in and show you why it's been such a challenge. We're at 8 pop here because at like every 15 turns, we get these dust storms or whatever else is going on. We were able to purchase some more writing, which is what I'm about to do right now. So let's take a look around and see if anybody has any writing. We have all the alliances that we can have, as well as Let's see. Yeah, she wants quite a bit for that. So it might be cheaper to go with some writing. He's got the Shroud of Turin, but we could probably pick up these two here. He just bought some niter from us, but we could probably sell him another 20 niter just to kind of reduce the cost of the two writings. So let's see. I think we're going to go ahead and do that. We want to go ahead and just keep plugging along. We're at 54 gold per turn right now. We can always put down some more economic districts and stuff to help with that. Of course, it is going to help our culture anyway, so now we're going to have two more works of writing in our library, which is making things look quite nice. And of course, we will soon get our archaeologist out and start getting some of the archaeological sites. So this is where we are, guys. I just wanted to show you that we just keep getting nailed in our main city here in Beijing. So we're making some great progress, and now I wanted to show you guys how you turn your little industry into a corporation. And of course, you will have to have a merchant to do this, but we're going to get 4 food, 10 production, and 3 gold, which is going to be amazing. And then, of course, it names it however you want. You can go in there and change the name. We'll just leave it as is. And in here, we'll do the same thing. And it's going to give us 4 food, 10 production, and 3 gold, which is also very nice. So, and then it gives it a name as well. And what this does is it opens up the stock exchange. You can't see it right now, but we have stock exchange, or we have to build a stock exchange in these cities to be able to then place our products inside those slots. So very much like the slots we have for art or our archaeology. But that obviously that's what those are for. I was able to buy some more writings. I was able to buy another relic. I was able to buy another hero relic, and I was able to buy 2 more relics while we were gone. And of course, guys, as usual, once we get Liang in the city and get the advanced materials that she gets. Well, reinforced materials. As soon as we get reinforced materials so that we can avoid all of the sandstorms and the dust storms and the droughts, it comes over here to Shanghai. So go figure. And we are going to hopefully get the Patata Palace up here. In Beijing, we were able to get the Apanada, or the Apandana. Very nice. That's given us a lot of envoys, which is very nice. We can flip a bunch of the current city-states that we have that haven't been taken over. But so far, we are doing quite well. Of course, if we had maybe focused a little more on our culture earlier, we'd probably be doing a little bit better, showing 132 victory. But of course, we'll continue to. I'll make more archaeological. I'll make some more of the. We can probably get another art museum, maybe. But I'll definitely put down some more theater squares where we can. I did make the little city over here, so we finally got that one down, and I'm sending a builder over that way. And of course, I did put fisheries down every single spot over here because this city was going nowhere. I mean, this is our main city. We should be at maybe 19 right now and not 9. But with those constant droughts, constant sandstorms, it's been a bit of a pain. But I don't really want to say this game was a rush game, but it was one of those where I felt badly, and because the other game I had removed the mod and it messed the game up, or we would have obviously been long done with Kublai Khan. So I've been spending many hours trying to put this video together for you, so I hope you guys are appreciating the makeup for having lost that original game. So I did want to show you the 2 corporations. We can probably get another merchant and maybe get one down here as well. And so each one of these have their own particular bonuses, like 60 production for military, and again, military for this. So we did make another Crouching Tiger for some additional era score, and we are going to at least make it to normal age in the next 13 to 43 turns. Yes, I have not upgraded any of the units because at this point right now, it's really just turn and burn, grind and wind. And also I'm making St. Basil's Cathedral here for the additional tourism. So things are coming right along. I might chop some forest to help this along. I did put down, well, of course, we did put some additional buildings down here in our diplomatic quarter, and then I put down over here, as you can see, we put down a lovely, this is a government plaza. But we're not going to be expanding anymore, so I just left it here. We could, obviously choose to either get spies or to get bonuses for settlers as well as builders when we place down a city. So we are moving right along. I would anticipate that we will be able to get more culture and more tourism as we get more art, as we get more archaeological pieces. So we are just making some really good progress here. So guys, we are just 30 turns away from a culture victory. We were able to get Cristo Redentor as a wonder, as well as the Petra. Believe it or not, we made the Petra towards the end of the game. That used to be, at least in Civ 5, like the first thing the Civs would make. And also, we've got a few more theater squares down. We got some water parks in all our cities with water except for Beijing, of course. And as I said earlier, we did get our city over here, and we put down a water park as well to get that additional tourism. I would have thought that it would have been maybe a little quicker than this, but then I realized that when I was playing Cyrus and was able to win in like 18 turns after buying all of the relics, that's because we had airports, our science was great, our culture was great, everything in that game was just, hitting on all cylinders. So we did get 2 corporations, and let me show you guys. So what you do is you can produce a product like ivory, for example, and you get additional tourism. So you can make up to 3 of these. And as you can see here, we have our beautiful gallery here with all sorts of nice relics and art and writings. And of course, we were able to purchase a couple more relics. We probably could have made some more heroes in our smaller cities. It's just the turn rate would have been a much higher, but it could have been done. But we still have more relics that we could buy from any of the other civs, but they haven't been making heroes. Korea has made some heroes, but they have not died as of yet. And we did get a great person here, so let's check out. We got another merchant, which we will recruit, and we will send this merchant over to our city with wine, because we are making, yes, towards the end of the game, I'm now making commercial hubs, because I really had anticipated an earlier win with as many hero relics as we had. And then I had to remember that in the games that we saw that were the seed from Otter, it was a very specific game, getting very specific relics in a very specific time with only having met like 2 or 3 civs in that particular game. I did move Liang up here to this city so we get additional food, which was a mistake because, of course, as soon as I did that, here comes the droughts and the storms and just the general nonsense. But we did put down a bunch of fisheries to kind of compensate for whatever was going on over here. But of course, as we saw earlier, when you bring Liang here, all of the thing goes to Shanghai. It's back and forth. It's really quite annoying. So we were able to get a fishery over here because this city was kind of struggling for food. But we do have some nice tiles here. We even have some ivory here if we want to go ahead and work that. The civs don't seem to have much more for us to actually purchase as far as for our gallery. And World's Fair, we are in 2nd place only because we needed about 2 more cities to be able to work both or any of the districts. But as you can see here, Korea has really popped down a bunch of cities. And I never mentioned this the whole time we played, but it's funny that we have Wuhan here. And we do have some olives in Wuhan. I did have a builder, and we went over here and did like the regular bonus triangle for food. So as of right now, with like next to nothing as an army, when Korea over here is running around with tanks, and I think France has some aircraft. I was thinking about making an airport too, but nonetheless, we're probably going to be able to swing through this pretty easily. As I can see here, we get 30 turns until victory. So I'll just bring you guys in when we get closer to that victory. All right, guys, we have 2 turns left in the game. I think it would have been much, much faster if Korea had not tried to attack us. And it was kind of funny because we were still running around with coursers and with crossbowmen, and she had tanks, army tanks. It was quite amusing. So what I ended up having to do was, as I saw her coming, I ended up just buying the oil from her and then buying the oil from the other civs. We were able to get some more monopolies and some corporations down. You can see here we have a wine corporation. Here's our ivory. Here's our oranges. I bought as many items for our gallery as I could get. And then, of course, I was making additional ones. I could have bought more, but what happened was we were at about 28,000 gold when she declared war. And we have been fighting this war now for about probably 20-ish or more turns. I've tried to make peace, but she doesn't want to have it. But if we take this city, she would. But right now, as I said, we've got just 2 turns left. So let's go ahead and make our next turn. This city ended up being quite nice. This is a majority of our oil right here. And we ended up getting some whales. So we could, if we played longer, we could put down a bank or a stock exchange there. And as you can see here, the stock exchanges hold the different products that you can make. So we could have made another orange. We could have made some more products, especially like in this city, we had 2 more turns for a stock exchange. So we could have made a stock exchange there. Could have made a stock exchange here. I was just making broadcast towers just to turn something. I have a musician right here, and we have an artist right here too. So it's still early in the game. If you look at the overall victory, I mean, Tamar is the only one close to anywhere in science, and we're actually winning a diplomacy, and I could have gotten Statue of Liberty and some other some other wonders to make that possible. So if I seem to be rambling here, it's 2:40 in the morning as I finish this recording, but I was determined to try to get this done for you guys before the update patch tomorrow, because once the patch comes out, this sort of victory probably won't happen. I thought it was kind of funny I was sent over to her territory. Go to enemy territory while we're at war and just steal her archaeological sites. So as of this turn, this should be it right here, guys, I think. Let's see. What are we on? 2 more turns. I keep saying that. 2 more turns. Okay, so 2 more turns. We're ready. We're ready to wrap it up here. And speaking of rock bands, as you hear right now, I would have probably gotten some, but with this war, I would be managing rock bands, running them across the continents, and then trying to manage what's going on here. Now, we wiped out all her units, with the exception of this one annoying bomber right here. And she keeps sending that bomber over here to pillage or hits our spot. So I've been running our little builder around frantically, trying to repair all the nonsense she's been doing. And let's see. Well, we might as well just grab ours here. And we're imminent win. Ugh. So, all right. So 2 more turns. It keeps saying 2 more turns. But if we knock this city out and then take it, see, I'm over here. I was actually using biplanes. I was just now able to get fighters from biplanes, but we used those biplanes against those tanks. It was absolutely hysterical fighting tanks with biplanes. It was quite the sight to see. But like I said, I was just trying to grind the game out and wind it down. And I'm kind of thinking if maybe we had just not discovered those other continents, if we could have flipped it so much earlier with the heroes. I don't really know, and it'll be hard to say like how it could have actually ended up turning out. I was going to say I thought maybe the game was going to wrap right there, but okay, so there's our 3rd orange. And this thing keeps saying we should win, so I'm waiting for it to let us win. Are we going to win? Yes, we should win this next turn. This doesn't make sense. And it's funny, look at our science. Our science is like, I can't see our science right now because I'm using the records on. So I can't actually see it. And see, it would be so much easier if we weren't at war. We could just skip all this nonsense and we would be done. But we would have to technically take her city before she would allow us to have peace. Okay, so this isn't like the... he's not going to have enough turns. I'm just going to put you to sleep in case I need you for somewhere else. Hopefully we're all done. And yeah, believe it or not, I'm still running around builders to build things. So that's even more artifacts in our collection. And let's see if this is it right here. Yes, it is. Oh my goodness.
The worth of a culture.
2:45 in the AM. We wrapped up this game. We did this game in 2 days because I wanted to make sure that that I could make up the fact that I messed the game up for you guys. So there we are, culture victory with Kublai Khan, and the DLC for the new Barbarians will be out tomorrow on Thursday, February the 25th, or today, later on today. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and of course, if you are interested in purchasing the game, you can do so below this video. I have a link for it down there. And if you have friends that are interested in a turn-based strategy game, by all means, feel free to share this with them. And of course, I'll be bringing you some more Civ 6 shortly. And appearing there on the screen, that would be the channel icon to subscribe, along with notifications. You guys can click that and decide if you want to get notifications when there is new content on the channel, such as Civilization 6 or additional content that I have here. And I will see you guys in the next game.